What if everything you think you are, everything you think you know about yourself, your name, your face, your memories, what if none of it is really you? Because here's the thing, we never actually experience ourselves. We are nothing more than a bundle of perceptions, a collection of impressions and ideas that come and go like the waves of the sea. There is no one there to experience them. In other words, there is no self. We only ever experience our bodies, our minds, our thoughts, our feelings, all of which are in a constant state of flux. You are nothing more than the product of your past, of the history of your experiences, your upbringing, your culture. Can you really find the thing that is always there? The thing that persists through all of your experiences, all of your thoughts, all of your feelings? Or are you nothing but a collection of changing perceptions, a bundle of transient thoughts and feelings? Are you nothing but the product of your past, of the history of your experiences? You are nothing more than the sum total of all of the influences that have shaped you over the course of your life. But what if we tried? What if we allowed ourselves to entertain the possibility that we are nothing more than a performance, an act, a set of behaviors and gestures that we repeat over and over again? What if we are nothing more than the characters we play in the drama of human existence? If that's true, then maybe the self is not something you are. Maybe the self is not something you have. Maybe the self is not something you do. Maybe the self is not something you think. Maybe the self is something you perform. In other words, you are nothing more than a sort of corpse, a walking corpse, a self that is nothing but a collection of dead influences. I have a body. I exist in the world. I interact with things. Well, yes you do. But according to Buddhist philosophy, your body is nothing more than a collection of cells and organs that happen to be grouped together in a particular way at a particular time. It is not a thing in itself. And so too with your interactions with the world. They are nothing more than a series of events that happen to you, not by you. You are not an agent. You are not a cause. You are not a self. In Buddhist philosophy, the self is an illusion. It is an obstacle to enlightenment. Nothing is ever still, nothing is ever the same. Well, according to the French psychoanalyst Lacan, your mind is nothing more than the product of language. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you experience the world is shaped by the structure of language itself. You are not the one who thinks. You are the one who is thought. You are the one who feels. You are the one who is felt. In other words, you are nothing more than the effect of language, the effect of the other, because according to Lacan, the I is nothing more than a grammatical trick. It is a placeholder in sentences, a way of referring to oneself as the subject of one's own thoughts, feelings, and actions. But this I, this supposed self, is nothing more than a fiction, a linguistic construct. So if the self is nothing more than a collection of transient phenomena, then who exactly is the one doing the collecting? Who is the one experiencing all of these experiences? Who is the one thinking these thoughts, having these feelings, if not the self? Well, according to the ancient Greek philosopher Hume, there is no such thing as a permanent self. But you might say, surely I am more than just my perceptions. But you might say, surely I am more than just my body. I have a mind. I have thoughts and feelings. And who am I? So can you really find yourself? We have become so accustomed to thinking of ourselves as permanent things, as individuals, selves, egos, that it feels almost impossible to imagine ourselves as anything else. Like this video if you've ever felt like a stranger to yourself.